Welcome, and thank you for being here. It's rare for people to take the time to ask themselves a question like, am I really a good person? Because life tends to get in the way, and we rarely stop to reflect on our core values and actions. We often just keep going, day after day, checking off tasks and meeting expectations. But asking yourself this question is incredibly valuable because it shows that you care. You care about your impact on others, you care about being kind, and you care about growing into the best version of yourself. And the fact that you're here, reflecting on this idea, is a step in the right direction. It shows that you're already on the path to becoming a better person, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Now, let's dive deeper into this question of whether you are truly a good person. Being a good person is more than just following rules or acting morally in certain situations. Goodness isn't a one-size-fits-all measure, it's personal, and it's ever-evolving. Each day, you have the chance to decide how you show up for yourself and others. But it's also about recognizing that no one is perfect. If you expect to always do the right thing, make the best decisions, and be flawless in every interaction, you will only set yourself up for disappointment. The real question is, how do you handle your mistakes? How do you approach growth? That's where the true essence of goodness lies. Being a good person means recognizing that we are all flawed, and that's okay. We are not born perfect, and we can't expect ourselves to always get it right. But the willingness to recognize our flaws, the willingness to take responsibility for our actions, and the commitment to change and grow, that's what defines a good person. It's about doing the best you can in every situation, even if that means admitting when you're wrong, apologizing, and trying again. A good person doesn't let mistakes define them, they allow their mistakes to be an opportunity to learn and improve. The journey toward goodness is not linear. There will be setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and times when you question whether you're really making a difference. It's important to remember that being good doesn't mean always being perfect. It means striving to be better every day. It means being kind, not just to others but to yourself as well. If you expect yourself to be perfect, you will constantly feel defeated, but if you allow yourself to be human and to grow, then you're moving in the right direction. Self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. In order to be a good person, you must also be aware of how your actions affect those around you. A good person doesn't just do good things because it looks good on the surface, they act from a place of genuine care. When you go out of your way to help someone, when you show up for them without expecting anything in return, you show the world that goodness is about more than just being seen. True goodness is rooted in authenticity. Being a good person means being honest, even when it's difficult. It's about having the courage to speak the truth, even when it might hurt. This can be particularly challenging in our world, where people often hide behind masks or pretend to be someone they're not. But goodness lies in honesty, both with ourselves and with others. A good person owns their truth, even when it's messy or uncomfortable. Integrity is a cornerstone of goodness. A big part of being a good person is learning to show empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's one of the most powerful tools you can have in your toolbox of goodness. When you show empathy, you are not just sympathizing with others, you are actively trying to understand their struggles and offer help. Empathy creates connections, bridges gaps, and opens hearts. It's through empathy that we learn to care for those who may be going through difficult times, and it's through empathy that we realize we're all human, all striving to do the best we can in our own way. Being a good person also means having the ability to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing hurtful actions, it means freeing yourself from the burden of anger or resentment. It's about acknowledging the pain, but then choosing to let go of the negative emotions that tie you to it. Forgiveness is an act of kindness, not only for the person who wronged you but also for yourself. You cannot move forward with grace and peace unless you choose to release the past and heal. Moreover, a good person understands the importance of self-reflection. It's easy to go through life without ever taking the time to sit down and reflect on your actions, but self-reflection is essential to growth. How often do you sit quietly and think about your day? Do you ask yourself how you can improve your behavior or how you could have handled a situation better? A good person is not afraid of looking at themselves critically and with an open heart. They take time to assess their actions and learn from them, constantly seeking to improve. Self-reflection also ties in with the idea of learning from mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. In fact, we make many. But mistakes are not the end. They are opportunities for growth. If you never make mistakes, it probably means you're not trying hard enough, or you're playing it safe. A good person makes mistakes, learns from them, and uses them as stepping stones toward becoming a better version of themselves. Every failure is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Goodness also extends to how we treat others, especially when no one is watching. It's easy to be kind when you're receiving recognition or praise. But true goodness is shown in the quiet moments, the moments when you show kindness to those who can't repay you or when you help someone who may never thank you. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one else is looking. Character is defined by what you do when there's no audience, and a good person shows up with integrity in all circumstances. Another key part of goodness is having humility. Humility is the ability to be honest about your strengths and weaknesses, to acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, and to recognize the value in others. Humility doesn't mean putting yourself down or devaluing your worth. It means recognizing that you are part of a much larger world, and that the contributions of others are just as valuable as your own. A humble person doesn't see themselves as better than others, but instead sees themselves as a part of a greater whole. They acknowledge their imperfections and are open to learning from everyone they meet. Being a good person also means being resilient. Life will undoubtedly bring challenges your way, and you'll face setbacks, failures, and disappointments. But a good person doesn't give up in the face of adversity. They face each challenge with a mindset of perseverance, learning, and evolving. Resilience is the key to bouncing back stronger each time life knocks you down. Goodness is not about avoiding hardship, it's about how you respond to it. Lastly, a good person understands the importance of gratitude. Being thankful for what you have, acknowledging the beauty in your life, and being grateful for the people around you is an essential part of being good. Gratitude shifts your mindset from focusing on what's wrong to appreciating what's right. It allows you to find peace in the present moment and helps you remain grounded in the midst of life's challenges. So, if you're asking yourself, am I really a good person? The fact that you're asking shows that you already care about being better, and that in itself makes you a good person. No one is perfect, but if you strive every day to be kind, empathetic, honest, and resilient, you are on the right path. Goodness isn't about a destination, it's about the journey. It's about how you treat yourself, how you treat others, and how you approach each day with a commitment to doing better. And remember, you don't have to be perfect to be a good person. You just have to try. So keep trying, keep growing, and keep being the best version of yourself.